Hi everybody, Sean O'Kane here with Chip Estimate TV. We're here in Santa Clara, California for ARM TechCon 2014. My guest today is Mr. Brian Fuller, Editor-in-Chief, and Mr. Richard Goering, author of Industry Insights. Both of them famous, both with Cadence. Thank you very much for...
In our own weird ways.
Oh yeah, but you got here. So let's briefly talk about Mike Muller's keynote this morning. It was really great. The theme that he was driving was removing barriers to technology. Other topics that were discussed was the introduction of the new M7 processor, and of course the HP Moonshot ARM server. The other thing that he was talking about that was important was the greater connectivity that is driving the transformation for IoT. And then Richard said, hey, that's the big story here, I think. And that's in your opinion.
I think the big story of the morning was the Mbed IoT development platform. It's a development platform for software people, basically. You know, one of the things that Mike Muller pointed out is that these IoT devices may be simple, they may be cheap, they may be low power, but they're actually quite difficult to design. And one of the things that's difficult to design, of course, is the embedded software. So with this Mbed platform, which has existed for some years actually for a microcontroller. So what's new is its application to IoT. You get an operating system, which they say is full stack, which means does everything an operating system should, that you can drop right into that product without having to write a specialized operating system. Or maybe you just have to tweak it a little bit. It is not a real-time operating system, but Mike Muller's point is that, you know, the real-time operating systems came out of an era when compute resources were scarce and you had to do all this, you know, time slicing kind of stuff. Maybe we don't need real-time. That's going to be an interesting point to see how true that becomes. So anyway, you get a free RTOS, there will be some development tools with it, and then there will be Mbed servers. So in other words, this technology will be brought into the cloud as well as into the device. So it's very interesting. I think it'll provide an advantage for people developing software for these devices, and it'll help ARM get the foot in the door a little bit more with not only IoT developers but also the server people, the cloud.
Yeah.
The scale of what is going to evolve in IoT was sort of laid bare in his keynote, and then the one that sort of teed it up from Pete Hutton. Pete showed a slide that said by 2020, okay, that's a handful of years from now, by 2020, every family will have 50 connected devices. Just think about that. I mean, that's extraordinary. And the network complexity, the device design complexity that goes into that is extraordinary. And I think somebody else showed a slide. It had that when they talked about the M7.
Yeah.
Okay. At the bottom of that chart is the smallest footprint, the M0.
Yeah.
It fits on a human hair.
That's amazing. And the M7 was built for not only productivity but for performance. That was what he stressed.
Exactly. Right. There's power management issues that they're trying to address in this version, as well as performance for that IoT space, whether it's automotive or industrial or some other areas. And there are going to be issues there when people sit down to design with this that our buddies at Cadence are working through when it comes to extraction issues. Not only the technology of extraction at advanced nodes, but also how to make your team more productive, because it's more about time to market.
So good stuff here, gentlemen, and I really appreciate you being here. For Richard Goering and Mr. Brian Fuller, my name is Sean O'Kane. We'll see you next time on Chip Estimate TV.